going on, people? Welcome to United View. What's going on? Welcome to another overview show. This time with the man like Darren Bent. What's going on, Daz? What are you saying? What are you saying?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. You
good? You got a smile in your face. What's that? 3 points.
3 points. Beat Norwich. Listen, we're out of the relegation zone. We're flying.
What you say? You started your season, yeah? Because the first 3 games didn't count.
Nah, listen. I never thought we was in trouble, but you can't hide the fact. 3 games played, no goals. I mean, it was a little bit of a it was a bit nerve-wracking, but no, we got the 3 points. I'm happy.
Yeah, 100%, man. And as you guys know, on this overview show, we get different guests on each week and just kind of take a look at the past week's Premier League stuff, but more so the games coming up as well, and just what's going on. So, do I start with Ronaldo? I do start with Ronaldo. It's United View. You can't tell me I can't. You guys want to hear that. You know what I mean? But I've titled the video Ronaldo versus Lukaku. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, Mo Salah will have something to say. But when I say that, Ronaldo versus Lukaku for the Golden Boot, are we going to see that? What's your thoughts on Ronaldo's return?
Yeah, it's Ronaldo, isn't it? Like, of course. I'm not a United fan. And I downloaded something on my phone just to be able to watch, obviously, him coming out on the warm-up. Do you know what I mean? Just because, even though I played the game, I'm still a football fan. And even though I'm not a United fan, I could fully appreciate and understand the kind of magnitude of someone like that coming back to the Premier League. Arguably one of the greatest players ever, not just in this country, you talk about worldwide. And I wanted to see, not if he still had it, because his numbers tell you he still has it, but just the impact he can have on this United team. You'd have to say your last couple of results, maybe iffy performances, the Wolves game and the Southampton game. But it was almost like he came back and then it gave everybody a lift. I wondered, what the relationship between him and Bruno was like, because for Portugal, it doesn't seem to work. But listen, I think he answered a lot of questions. He brought everyone up to a standard. I think he led by example. And listen, as I said, I'm not a United fan, but I'm excited to see how the season's going to unfold with him at the helm.
Yeah, 100%. The atmosphere, Daz. Yeah, seriously, it was.
Imagine.
It was incredible. Like the roar outside the stadium an hour before kickoff when he was announced as starting. The roar when he come out for the warm-up. The roar when he ran back in for the warm-up. The roar when he came back out for the starting lineup. The roar when he scored. The roar when he walked off after scoring. The roar in the second half. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. And yeah, that's just how it was. And that's how it's going to be.
Was it, because I asked this question to someone and I wondered, because usually you get Old Trafford, to be fair, when you come up for the warm-up, there's always a fair, because it's 75,000 people in there, usually you get a fair few in there for the warm-up. Was it near enough full for the warm-up?
Do you know what? It weren't far off. I thought it would have been probably even more than there was, but it was still more full for a warm-up than normal. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, people don't always get there. When do you warm up? Probably like 35 minutes, 40 minutes before.
Yeah, it used to be like 220, would go out 220.
Yeah, there you go. So it's pretty much the same thing. And it was packed, but it wasn't the full capacity. But the roar that was there was nuts. It was nuts. And the game, and you know what? I done an interview with my boy Jamal as well, Jamal Lewis, and he came on after. Said to him after Jesse sent him to the shops. You know what I mean? Jesse says a shot, and he was saying they were going to gate crash the party. And at one point, 1-1, you're thinking, tell you what. But Ronaldo and just Man United just had those gears to go up, innit?
That's the thing with Newcastle. Like, unless it's St. Maximum doing the madness, obviously there's no Callum Wilson. Yeah. I mean, Almiron's a good player as well, but it was just a case of you knew full well that if it had been someone like a Leeds, they might have great crashed the party. But Newcastle, I never thought there was any doubt. And even as you said, you just said touched on it there in terms of the roar when he came out. I think there's only so many people that could handle that expectation walking out in that arena. I think Ronaldo could handle it. I think Messi could handle it in terms of walking out. But I think there's a few people that would have walked out to that roar. It would have got the better of them the whole occasion. He just looked ice cold. And as I said, Newcastle, they felt the wrath of it. Him getting the tap in, first of all, which was good. Obviously, get him off to a good start. Yeah. And he just looked like he was confident. The burst of speed looked like it was still there. Something I hadn't seen. And you'd have to say, when he was in Italy, I saw it a couple of times, but not to that. When he scored the second one, when he darted through the middle. Mad. I mean, it's mad. It was mad, honestly. And what a day before him. I think it made Ollie's job a little bit easier, if I'm honest, in terms of starting him doing well, because now he has to play him. I think if he hadn't started him,
I think he always had to. I don't think there was this when he started. Can you imagine that conversation, him in the canteen or in the boardroom, wherever it is, saying, "Yo, I'm just going to see how it goes. We'll probably bring you on 60th." You can't tell Ronaldo that. You can't.
No.
Not when he's as fit as he is and he's as ready as he is. It's not like he's carrying. He hasn't been in pre-season. He's just come off international break, win a game for Portugal in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah. But that's the thing, is that he can't. He couldn't not start him. Like Man United play well and then go, all right, listen, we won this game. Next game, we're gonna have to start you.
You have to earn your way in, yeah.
Earn your way in. Do you know what I mean? But no, I mean, as I said, it went really well. I thought the team played well. Fernandes' goal was out of this world. Greenwood again was good. Pogba was sensational. And I think getting someone like a Ronaldo, and obviously you've got Bruno there, and you've got Varane, you've got Sancho. If I'm Paul Pogba now, any part of me that was thinking maybe I'll leave, I'm not going anywhere, because I think the team's there. Obviously, of course, you're still like that holding midfielder, but 95% of the team is there.
Yeah, it is. And now there's even, reports that Pogba's leaning towards signing a new deal. He's very happy now looking at the squad. And like you said, he's looking around. There's genuine world-class players around him.
It's like he's going for France again. Like, listen, no disrespect to some of the players that were there before, but you've got people there like maybe, I don't know, Dan James, obviously he's gone now. He's got Fred. McTominay's not bad. Matic. And he's got Matic's aging. It's obviously not like when he's at France, he's got Kante, Griezmann when he looks up, Mbappe, do you know what I mean? Benzema. So he looks behind, he's got Varane. Now all of a sudden you look at this culture they've got United. Bruno's just there, Jadon Sancho, Greenwood is obviously one of the best young talents about. Ronaldo's at the top, Varane's behind him. Well, I don't see why he would go anywhere else.
Exactly. No, I agree. Dan Woodcock says, Flex doing wonders for United fans. Respect to you. Also love Darren, especially on Talk Sports, smashing it, guys. So big up to Dan. And Fergie's son says he's inevitable. As KG said, CR7 is Thanos.
He is Thanos. He is.
Yeah, are you going with that as well?
I would go with that because the way he plays and how he looks after himself and everything about him.
Yeah.
If you think to yourself, right, usually with players you start going, oh, they're starting to slow down now. Or I think maybe I can't see. I don't see. Obviously, of course, he can't maybe get about like he once could. But in terms of his kind of dynamics and how he's built and the burst of speed, the hunger, I can see him going to way past 40.
100%. Especially like you've played in the league, got over 100 games in the league in a different era, yeah, when defenders were defenders. No disrespect to a lot of defenders now. This era, like some of the defending, he was playing is shocking. Of course, Ronaldo can come in and score 20 goals. Like, it's shocking. The level's not even what it was. Do you know what I mean? So,
that's 100% true, because you talk about an era that's just gone where you've got the likes of Rio, Vidic, Carragher, Ledley King, John Terry, Vincent Kompany, obviously in that last era. Do you know what I mean? So there was so many good centre halves, and there's a few about now, but nowhere near like they were.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with you 100%. Just quickly, someone said in the super chat, and hopefully you can clear this up. You're going a bit blurry though. Are you still there?
Me?
Yeah, you're going a bit blurry.
Yeah,
your Wi-Fi all right? Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
My Wi-Fi thing's there.
You're supposed to have the super duper Premier League 100 goals Wi-Fi, you know. Ibrahim said, "Can you ask him to please clarify what he was saying about Ronaldo and Kane? What did you say?"
So this is what I said, right?
Oh, what have you said? What have you been on Talksport saying? A madness. What have you said? Please don't piss me off. Do not piss me off today.
I said in a final, I'm taking Ronaldo all day, every day, because he steps up, scores goals. Like, you can't doubt his record in a final.
Yeah, it was O'Hara. Jamie was talking rubbish.
Yes.
He backed Ronaldo. Gabby on Long Before said he'd take Kane, actually.
Yeah. What I said about Kane and Ronaldo, I said, if there's one chance for your life, I said, I'd probably still take Ronaldo, but the gap's not massive. It's not like Harry Kane's a 7 out of 10 and Ronaldo's a 10. You're talking about a 9.8 and a 10, because Harry Kane's finishing left and right is unbelievable. I'd still take Ronaldo, of course, in the air, both good. But Harry Kane, finisher out of 10, Harry Kane is a 9.8. It's just Ronaldo's a 10.
Okay, no, I can accept that. I can accept that. The overall choice, like you said, is Ronaldo. Obviously,
of course it is in the final. Of course it is.
Yeah.
I also said the only kind of players I could think of in terms of just in finals that steps up to the plate is Didier Drogba. He's the only one. Every single final, he stepped up.
Yeah, true. He's there. That is what Ronaldo does. Do you know what I mean? It's as simple as that. KG's in the chat. KG saying it feels different. He thinks we're winning. KG says we're winning the league. He says Man United are going to win the league.
I don't know, man. You
said no chance about it. I saw your Instagram. You said Man United, no chance is what you said.
Yeah, but listen, I'm winding up Alex Cook for one.
I know you
and
are.
two, I think you'll be in the. Listen, you're going to be in the mix. I still put Chelsea and Manchester City just ahead of you. And listen, Liverpool. It's like people are trying to find excuses to kind of rule them out. When you've got someone like Mo Salah in that team, scores goals up for fun. Van Dijk's back. Well, I don't think it's a given that Liverpool they can step up and win the league.
100%. All these teams, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, and I'm saying Man United, 100%.
Yeah,
I do believe that are all genuine contenders for the title.
Exactly.
And it should be this now should be the best title race we've probably ever seen. I know we say it should be every year, but now it looks like it.
Don't you think it's like old school football where, do you remember when the top four was the top four and no one else could win?
Yes. Obviously, we need it to play out like that because you never know. But on paper, that's what it should be. KG says Super Chat says Darren streaming from Lagos quality is mad.
Hold on, my quality. When I'm looking at these two screens, I'm crystal clear.
Yeah, but you're always crystal clear on your own one. I'm looking on the actual stream on YouTube. Mine's clear. Yours was doing a little bit of a madness. You're back now though, so it's all right. And KG, mad guy. Kobe says the two greatest strikers of all time are Ronaldo and Ronaldo. So there's his feelings on that.
I hope he's talking about Brazilian Ronaldo.
He must be. And this Ronaldo he's saying as well. Yeah. So this is a Premier League show. It's not all about Man United. We've done 11 minutes on Man United. We've got to keep it moving. Man United's next game against West Ham. West Ham with a 0-0 against Southampton last game out. Mikel Antonio sent off, so he's going to be suspended for that game at the London Stadium. How are you seeing Man United's next game? Give me a prediction. I
think Man United will win now. I think they would have won anyway with Antonio being there, but he just gives them that different threat, doesn't he? Power, pace. But you know what's mad is that you watched him at the weekend against Southampton, and I think it was Saliso who was marking him. Mate, he showed everyone how to mark him. Pace, power, marshalling really, really well. So I think, but I think Man United now, you start looking at the quality that they've got. They've got literally match winners everywhere. Bruno, Ronaldo, Greenwood, Pogba. So yeah, I'd expect Man United to win this one relatively comfortable.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to go over that prediction as well. I think it will be tough because going to London Stadium, we haven't really travelled there too well with fans there. Anyway, we beat them there last season, but I think a 2-1 win. That's quite safe. I'm quite boring like that, but I think we.
You know what though? You've also got to think of the impact that even Ronaldo just being there is going to have on the West Ham players because I don't care what you say, you can't help it. There's going to be players in that tunnel looking across, going, "Whoa, it's Ronaldo." You can't help it.
Yeah. Declan Rice is going to be like, "Yo, there's big man over there, big man." I hear you. Bill Ingram says the only reason Kane can be mentioned in the same breath as Ronaldo is because he's 36.
No, but you got to. I mean, for me, Kane gets so much hate, but you cannot tell me that in terms of just finishing. I mean, you talk about a guy, by the way, who won the Golden Boot and the assist record last season. So he's not a bum. Do you know what I mean, Harry Kane? When you talk about finishing, he's up there with the very best.
Yeah, I agree. Your internet's done a bit of a mad thing already. Again, it's just moving a bit mad. I don't know why. I don't know. It's just weird. Yeah, now you just look like Roblox.
See, my stream is perfectly clear.
I don't get it. I'm looking actually on YouTube as well. My one's crystal and yours is just moving nuts.
I feel like taking a picture and showing you what I can see. I said, I'm crystal clear.
Yeah, I know. I don't doubt you because on your thing it will be, but I don't know. To the masses, bro, it ain't. I don't know. It might just chop back in a bit. Let's move on to Chelsea. Let's kind of go through this. Pick up the pace a little because I know there's a lot of games to get through. Chelsea 3-0 winners against Aston Villa. They probably weren't actually at their best, I'd say. Aston Villa had chances. You know, Sounding's had a stinker. Had to get hooked. But Lukaku, man, solid. Kovacic, solid. Some decent performances in there. Their next game is against Tottenham. And Tottenham obviously got smoked by Palace 3-0. Talk to me about Chelsea, how you see them in the last game. And obviously a bit about Tottenham as well.
Yes, Chelsea certainly first half struggled because they got the goal. Lukaku doing what I expect him to do, but then Aston Villa had chances, man, like a lot of chances, proper chances, and they didn't take any. And I think the mad thing was, and I think Chelsea got a bit fortunate, is none of them fell to Danny Ings. I think if he'd got any of them chances, I think he would have taken them. But second half, they did what they did. They obviously it was the change I knew was coming. Soul off, Jorginho won. Start popping the ball about. They end up winning 3-0. So obviously good at the office for them. Spurs on the other hand, flat. Obviously, I know they had a few players out, the whole South America thing. Some of them didn't come back, a couple of injuries. I think Heung-min Son not being there was a big miss. But they just look really flat. I mean, the midfield three of Skip, Højbjerg, and Winks. I mean, you tell me where the creativity is in that. Like, there's none, zero. So I think Crystal Palace played really, really well. Obviously, a player that I'm a big fan of was Conor Gallagher. He kind of run the show.
He's good, man. Yeah, he's good.
He is good. But I'd expect Chelsea to win this. I mean, if you look at Tottenham's record against Chelsea, it's awful. I mean, it's absolutely awful. So I'd fully expect Chelsea to win this one for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. Score prediction?
3-1 Chelsea.
Yeah, you're going comfy. Yeah, it should be. I mean, I know they maybe sometimes possess the ability, like what they've done to City on the first day of the season, camp in, make it horrible, try and nick it on the counter, but I can't see it against that Chelsea side. I'm going to go with 2-0.
Not in this type of game, no way.
Nah, 2-0 Chelsea. Before we carry on with the other matches, super chat here from Matthew Taylor. He says, Ben, as a 31-year-old United fan, I've always been a fan, mate, and hoped you'd sign for us back in the day. Was there ever a chance, and would you have?
For one, I would have ran there if I had had the chance to get United, right? And secondly, I mean, no chance. I mean, when you look at some of the centre forwards that you guys have had over the years, you're talking about from when I first went to Cheltenham, you had Van Nistelrooy, Rooney, Tevez. I mean, who else? Ronaldo, obviously, he played his part. Berbatov,
yeah.
Van Persie.
He's a bit tight down in it.
It's nuts, but listen, if the opportunity had ever come, mate, I would have done everything I could to get there. A club the size of United, 100%. But when the names I just listed off there, I mean, come on, that is what you call top quality. I mean, you can't. Maybe I might have stood a chance when man was signing Igalo in them. Maybe that was the time to try and get in there.
You should have come out of retirement. You should have come out of retirement when it got. KG's such a fool, yeah. He can see I'm live and he's ringing me. Why is he ringing me? He probably wants to come in on the show. I don't know what he's doing. Let's ring him back. I don't know what he's. I'm trying to do a show. I got earphones in. He knows that. What is? Hold on a second. This guy. He's such a loser.
I'm not even picking up now either.
And now he's not picking up. He's probably doing it on purpose. And if he rings me back, you know what I mean. BOM says, if Mendy, the goalkeeper, played for a top 10 nation, he would be the #1 in the world. Mendy's good. He's a good keeper, man.
Mendy, the goalkeeper, he's unbelievable. But you know what's mad? I did put a poll out. I did put a poll out not that long ago. Who's a better goalkeeper, Mendy or De Gea? And De Gea won.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's like because of longevity, innit? Like,
but I think
Mendy right now is doing bits.
I put in there right now, and people said De Gea.
Rah, De Gea. Well, yeah, me as a fan, I'm sorry. Mendy's been there. Has he even been there for a year yet? Yeah, about a year. Not even a full year.
Just over. Just over.
So I'm like, yeah, you can't just come and rub out a man's legacy and say you're definitely better than David De Gea. Not. He's up there. You don't get me wrong. He is up there as really good. But David De Gea's, I think he's coming back. He's coming back to form. I think I think it'd be hard for him to get back to the level where he was like Player of the Year 3 years in a row, where he was unbelievable, where he was the best. But David De Gea, I wouldn't just rub out, that he's good. Baz 10 says Mendy's the 4th best in the league.
But he's obviously saying De Gea, Alisson, Ederson, Mendy.
Yeah.
Listen, there's an argument for that.
They're all fantastic.
Yeah.
Rolling through your team, Arsenal got a win against Norwich. Even the goal that you scored was so shit. Like, it's just typical Arsenal. The ball fumbling everywhere. Everyone thought it might be offside. Was it a goal? Didn't know. Typical Arsenal. And then a few people were underwhelmed by the performance. But 3 points is 3 points. And my God, did you need 3 points?
Yeah, do you know what? That was one of them games where the performance didn't matter. It was about the result. And sometimes you have games like that where you can play some really good stuff, and then you get a draw. And imagine we'd have played the best football we played all season and not come out of there with a win. Oh my goodness, I'd have been myself would have been calling for Arteta's head. But the fact that they didn't play well, they got the result of 3 points. It just gives them something to build on for next game, which is against Burnley. But there were positives. Obviously, Gabriel, Ben White, them playing
How did
together.
they look?
They looked all right, to be fair. They looked relatively solid. Maitland-Niles been given an opportunity in midfield next to Lokonga. Do you know what I mean? He's been screaming for that. I thought he did okay. Aubameyang getting his goal in the league. So there were positives, but on the whole, you just think, oof, that was one of them games where it's like, right, move on now. We've got the 3 points in the bag. Just move on now.
Yeah, well, your next game is Burnley. Arsenal, Burnley next week, Saturday, 3:00 kickoff away. Score prediction?
2-0 Arsenal.
Okay, you're going for that. I'm going to go...
Here we go. Some madness. Go on.
I'm going to go 1-1.
Oh.
I think you draw Burnley. Yeah, I think you draw Burnley. I think it'll be back to reality. I think it'll be tough.
Yeah.
Let's go to Man City. Man City got a narrow win against Leicester. Didn't have to be amazing. Leicester gave as good as they got at times. Even the goal that they conceded was tough. Bernardo Silva with the goal. Their next game is against Southampton, I'm going to say. Yeah, Man City, Southampton next week. Manchester City win that game. And what do you think of City at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, I'm quietly impressed with City because no one's really talking about them. They're kind of talking about them in terms of lack of as number 9. I know Florent Torres has kind of stepped up and he's been there. They're kind of catalyst. So it's been about Ronaldo, it's been about Lukaku, it's been about Salah, but no one's really talking about Grealish and the Man City. But when you look at their options, right, in attacking areas, I think they're the one team in the world that don't necessarily need that centre forward. You're talking people like Grealish, Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, Foden when he comes back, Gabriel Jesus, Torres. Do you know what I mean? The list is endless. Do you know what I mean? So when you've got 6 or Sterling, I didn't even mention Sterling. You're talking about 7 players there that are all unbelievable in their own right. I think, and the way they kind of play in terms of they move all over the place, they're so hard to play against. And then when you add De Bruyne into that mix as well, I just think, boy, I still think they're one of the best teams in the league, if not the best. So I'd expect them to completely dispatch Southampton. I'll tell you that. Yeah,
I agree. Like the whole thing that they don't have a number 9, like their system is so fluid, and the types of goals they score, they create chances for whoever's just in that space at that time. It doesn't have to be. Do you know what I mean? Although Harry Kane, yes, would have been the icing on the cake. Yes, Ronaldo for them would have been the icing on the cake. Messi for them would have been icing on the cake. I get that, but they're still with that team and that manager. Yeah. And they are the champions. They're obviously and the runs that they can go on, bruv. Like the runs,
that's the thing as well. That's the thing you just said there, is that they just create so many chances for whoever's in that position. They just create that many opportunities, and they're the one team, as you said there, that can go on a run where they could win 15 games in a row, like quite comfortably.
Comfortably do it. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go with a Southampton are struggling as well, man. They're winless this year. A couple of draws. Yes, they frustrated us. We got another draw last week. I just feel like it's tight for them at the Etihad. I think they get dispatched probably 3-0, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd 3-0 in my head.
Yeah, 3-0. We'll go 3-0 on that one. Bill Ingram says, when Man United play the likes of Real Madrid, PSG, Bayern, performance don't matter. A win is a win. But Arsenal have that same energy for Norwich.
We have to. Because listen, I am under no illusions that we are in the same bracket. This is not the early 2000s where Man United and Arsenal are fighting out before obviously Chelsea come along with their... Obviously, it was about Arsenal and Man United like that all the time. We're miles away from that now. Do you know what I mean? We can't get anywhere near that.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. You got to just take whatever win you can get in it. You know,
exactly.
It's simple. Matthew Taylor says Fred, McSauce, Matic, or Van der Beek at 6. Ben, you choose one.
Do you know what? I saw Van der Beek at Ajax and he was good, man. He was so, I don't know what's happened to him in the last couple of seasons, but he was good. So I think even then I'm going Van der Beek because I've seen him. If you look at all them players that you just mentioned there, Matic no because he's a holder. For me, he's a sit in front of that back four, protect. I don't know, man. I think I'm going to go Van der Beek. You know,
yeah.
McSauce.
Yeah. Hey, but Tommy gets some names. I'll tell you, mate. You get some names from the fan base. RDX 200 says says Van der Beek and Matic. Matic played really well for me on Saturday. I think what he can do, he might not be able to play every game, but he just makes the right decisions and keeps recycling the play, keeps teams pending. He doesn't rush. He just brings the calming influence. And then next to a Pogba who will play defense splitting passes, who will set people up. It kind of worked. Let's go. Brentford faced Wolves at Molineux. They lost against Brighton, and Wolves got their first win of the season. We've been knocking on the door against Watford. How do you see those two teams in general, and what do you think happened in that game?
I've always liked Brighton because I like their manager. I think he's in terms of, I can understand why Pep said he's the best English manager in the division because that Graham Potter is so good. The way he gets them playing football, even his recruitment, some of the players that he's managed to kind of attained to come and play at Brighton is tremendous. Brentford, of course, struggled a little bit in terms of playing against Brighton. Couldn't quite get to grips with the way that Brighton were playing. Wolves, as you said, got their first win. Although their chances against Hughes, they should at least won. They played against Leicester, they had chances, didn't take them. So, I mean, for Wolves, I think Brighton will win this one. But listen, Wolves, when Adama Traore is in the form,
no, it's Brentford. It's Brentford.
No, Brentford, Wolves, and
Brentford. Yeah.
When Adama Traore is in the form, when he's just blowing past people, honestly, he's unstoppable.
He's so fast.
If he could sort of like last little bit of the end product, whether it be a finish or a cross, he wouldn't be at Wolves, would he? He'd be at one of the top clubs around the world. So
yeah, well, he was at Barcelona before that.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So he's still there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's true. He just needs that end product, and he's quite good at delivery. Like he usually digs crosses out from tough positions and has good service. But yeah, the end product for his own game. But even like last week at Molineux before the international break, I'm just watching Pogba bouncing off him, Fred bouncing off him, Luke Shaw bouncing off. You can't stop him. You must be absolutely. You can't, especially when he gets in full flow. So Wolves, Brentford, what are you going for?
I'm going for 1-1 draw. 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw, yeah. I think Wolves will take that. I think the confidence they get from getting their first win of the season against Watford, I think they carry that through to Molineux. I think they win that 2-1. I like Brentford. I like what they're doing. They're not far off. You know, it wasn't an awful performance against Brighton last time out. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see how that one goes. Liverpool Palace. Crystal Palace tails up, obviously smashing Tottenham. Liverpool 3-0 as well against Leeds yesterday. Very, very comfortable. Mo Salah at it again. Look, the 5th quickest player to reach 100 goals. He's done it in 162 games. How many games did you do it in?
I don't know. 200.
Can you remember? 200 and something. Do you know what I mean? So it's difficult. So probably about 40 games more than Mo Salah. That's not bad, Darren. You know what I mean? You could say, right, you reach 100 goals in only like 40 games. You know what I mean? That's all right. But yeah, he's the 5th quickest player to do it in history. How do you see Liverpool going? I know you were saying that, you know, they're up there for the title, of course, and they look very comfortable right now. Liverpool Palace at Anfield. Yeah,
Liverpool win this. I mean, I think Palace will take a lot of credit from the way they played against Tottenham, obviously demolishing them. I think that's the best I've seen Wilfred Zaha play in a while. He was absolutely at it. I mean, obviously got Tanganga sent off. I think I'm trying to think who the right back was as well.
Romero, mate.
Romero tried it, didn't work.
No, so Emerson Royale. Romero couldn't play.
It was Emerson Royale. He just couldn't get near him. So
welcome to the Prem, mate.
Exactly, but I think at Liverpool, Anfield crowd behind him, Mo Salah in the form, Mane getting his goal as well. He started off the season really well. Diogo Jota just kind of floating in and out there. Van Dijk's back. Trent on a madness as well. I just think that Liverpool have too much for Crystal Palace. I'd expect them to win 2-0.
Yeah, I'll go with a 3-0. I think.
Although I did say obviously Edouard getting these 2 goals, a little bit of confidence.
3-1.
Yeah, I can go 3-0.
3-1. You're going 3-0. Okay, yeah. Look, Palace fans obviously rightly will think, you know, we can get something out of this. We can maybe, you know, but it will be tough. I just feel like they will probably struggle to do that in this game. A really important game for Norwich, man, and for Watford, really. Watford not against Norwich at Carrow Road. How do you see that one?
I'm going to say Watford win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say Watford win. I think Norwich have been not great.
4 games, 4 losses.
Yeah, not great. Maybe part of the Ipswich Town in me is probably saying that as well. But I don't think they've been great. Whereas Watford have shown me, certainly the first game of the season against Villa, I thought, okay, with the pace, you know, I mean, Sarr, he's a good player. They've obviously lost Will Hughes, but they've got some good players in that squad, Watford. So I think Watford can go to Norwich and get something. So I'm going to say 2-1 to Watford.
Yeah, I think 2-1. Yeah, but I think it will be tight. And Watford, you know, I saw a few things online on social media just about the pressure maybe getting on the manager, because obviously, you know, Watford's model is if it goes wrong early doors, they are not afraid to take a change. And Cisco's not got much. He's not got much experience at all. He's done well to get them out of Championship, but the Premier League is a different beast. Different beast, and that has what has made Watford successful. And you know, when they stayed in the Premier League last time for 5 years, that model of if they see it going wrong, they will change. They will not hesitate. Yeah. So pressure's on him. Pressure's on him to get that. But I do back them to get a win, because Norwich, man, They said it themselves, isn't it? They're happy to kind of be like a top 20, 25 club in the pyramid.
Yeah,
they don't invest a lot.
I don't think that sets the right example in terms of, you say that, then you're accepting, yeah, we're probably going to get relegated. And then that seeps into the players' minds that, well, okay, if we get relegated, that's fine. Do you know what I mean? I don't think you can have that kind of mentality now. Listen, Norwich are a really well-run club in terms of, I think they're self-sustained as well. So there's no debt there. I think they put back into the club what they make. So it is a real well-run club. But I just think to myself, this could be their fourth. I think they've been relegated 4 times since 2013. Do you know what I mean? Which is absolutely crazy. So I expect Watford to win this. I really do.
Yeah. I'll go over 2-1 Watford as well. Darren Bent's gone with a 2-1 Watford as well. Matthew Taylor says, last one, Benty, will Ronnie hit 40 this season?
No, I think you hit 30 in all competitions.
Okay. Yeah,
100%. 30 in all
competitions. You can't see the madness, Ronaldo, the old school, 40 across every
not 40, no.
What is it that why you don't think he'll do that? Is it the team, or is it actually just him in general, like the age, whatever, just maybe not that level?
I don't know. Listen, he's still unbelievable, but I just think maybe, I think at some stage, Ollie just can't, you can't keep riding him into the fact because he is 36 years old. Do you know what I mean? Cavani's going to want to get game time. Do you know what I mean? Cavani, and I think Cavani's earned the right to get game time for what he did last season. So unless he's going to completely just dismiss Cavani and go, right, you'll get 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, Cavani in his own right will be like, well, hold on a second here. Ronaldo might be a great, but I'm a legend as well in my own right as well. So, and ultimately, I'm a man as well. So you're not going to kind of second fiddle me. Do you know what I mean? So I think Cavani will get his game time as well.
Yeah, I agree with the across all competitions. I actually went with Ronaldo will get 25 across all competitions. Yeah, because I just feel
25,
it's not
30.
always. Yeah, it's not always realistic to say he's going to come Prem, bag 30 goals in the Prem, win the Golden Boot, then he's going to get another 10 in Champions League. He's unbelievable in the Champions League. He's got loads of records in the Champions League. That's where that's his home as well, the Champions League, and I can't wait to see him in the Champions League tomorrow, actually. But I just feel like, I've just gone with the 25-ish mark. Couple more games to fly through before we kind of finish the show in the next 15 minutes. I wanted to talk about this one, Aston Villa Everton. Everton, tasty little game. Villa will feel hard done by because, I think even Tyrone said it. He said he made a mistake at a bad moment of the game when they were doing quite well. It happens, innit? So he held his hands up for that. And like you said, Villa had chances, so a lot to take away from that Chelsea defeat, even though it was 3-0 on paper. It looks bad. Everton, we don't know what will happen tonight. I think they'll probably just edge Burnley, but you never know. But they've had a decent start to the season. How do you see that one at Villa Park?
Yeah, I think it'll be a tough game. I can see a draw in that one as well because I think Everton, as you said, they've started off really well. They look a lot more assured under Rafa. I think under Ancelotti, it was either they played really well or they were really bad, and there was no really in between, was there? But I think under Rafa, you're going to see a lot more in between to high. So they might be games where the game's not great, but they win 1-0. Do you know what I mean? Or they don't play very well and they manage to nick a draw from somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So they look a lot more assured under Rafa. But I think going to Villa Park as well, as you said there, done really well against Chelsea. Tyrone unfortunately made the mistake at a killer point of the game where the game was kind of evened out at that point. He gives that to Kovacic, who scores a good goal.
Yeah.
So I can see it being a draw, maybe 1-1 at Villa Park, to be fair. I think I like what Villa done there. I like the way they've recruited after Jack Grealish in terms of Buendia, Leon Bailey and Danny Ings. I think that's a really good 3 that they've got in. And even Axel Twinzaby on loan, I think so.
Yeah. He didn't have a great game. He didn't have a great game against Chelsea.
He's not really played a lot of football in the last couple of seasons, so I think he's going to take a while to get up to speed. But no, I like what Dean Smith's done down there. I don't think there'll be any trouble, so I think there'll be a 1-1 draw.
I'm going to go with Everton, a Villa win. I think the confidence they got from it is a bit hard because if Everton smash Burnley tonight and look really good, it might change my mind. Yeah. But as it stands, as we're doing this, I feel like they'll nick a win. I can just feel it. I just think they've got a lot there. Villa Park faithful. I think they'll nick a win. Callum Fitzpatrick says, "Do I think Donny will start tomorrow?" Probably not. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. I mean, there's definitely room for him to start. Why not? But it'll probably be Fred and McTominay again. I don't even know if McTominay's back, but Fred will definitely get a game. And he might just go Fred and Pogba. I don't think Ollie changes it far too much. I know people saying it's young boys and that, but This is the first. Listen, we didn't even get out of the groups last year, and this is the first game of the group. It's not like, oh, make changes. It's only young boys. No, play the strongest possible team.
Yeah,
get points on the board. You know what I mean? Like I said, last year we didn't even get out of the groups, and we went away to Istanbul, Başakşehir, and lost. When effectively that's the game. That's the game that got us booted out in the end because we couldn't win there when we should have. Last couple of games here: Newcastle Leeds at up at Newcastle.
So this is one of them mad games where
anything
not that both managers are under pressure, but it just feels like obviously Steve Bruce is always under pressure. The moment he sat on that hot seat in Newcastle, he's been under pressure. Yeah. Bielsa's not under any real pressure, but Leeds haven't started great this year by any stretch of the imagination. They've not been great at all. I don't think they've won yet this season. Leeds, if memory serves me right. So, it's one of them games where I think Leeds can go up there and get something. I really do, unfortunately. I know Steve Bruce, I've worked with him, but Leeds have got this kind of style that might be horrible for Newcastle to play against. In terms of Newcastle on the ball, they're not a possession team, so it's not like Newcastle can keep them working by moving the ball, trying to create opportunities. They're quite a counter-attacking team as well. And if St. Maximin don't come up with something, Almiron or Callum Wilson, there's not a lot of creativity or goals other than them three.
Yeah.
I can see Leeds going up there and just absolutely running riot. So I'm going to say Leeds go up there and win 3-1.
Boy, just like that. Just open them up and just...
open them up,
Yeah, I see what I said. The way the Leeds play is only one way. It's very intense. It's very open that go on the other side. So I dare say Almiron and St. Maximin, they've got into great positions against us. And you know, didn't always we managed to maybe sometimes get back and nick it off Almiron or nick it off St. Maximin before he gets going. But I don't think Leeds, no disrespect to them, have that ability to do that because they play so open. They leave themselves susceptible to loads of counters. So yeah, I think I'm going to go Leeds for the win as well. 2-1. I do think Newcastle scored her because they've been scoring the odd goaler here. They just can't hold on to Leeds and they can't defend very well at the moment. So yeah, I will go with them. And another game is Brighton against Leicester City at the Amex. Prediction for that?
I think Brighton are going to win this. You know, I think they'll take confidence from their last.
You think they'll beat Leicester? Yeah,
I do. Yeah. Again, Leicester. I've done well to a point, but they're not really. Like, I had them at the start of the season, right? I had Leicester nailed on for that 5th spot. I thought it was the top 4, then Leicester, then everyone else will be fighting for that. The rest 6th, 7th, 8th. I'm not so sure anymore. I'm not so sure anymore. I think there's.
So you don't even think they'll get top 5?
Potentially. Listen, they might do. I still think they're probably in the best shape, but it's not guaranteed now. Like I once thought it was. But Brighton have really impressed me, as I've said. They've got some good players. Someone I'm surprised Man United didn't try and go and get. Basuma. He started off the season really, really well in that holding midfield role. So I think Brighton at the MX, I think they'll win this game. I think they'll win 2-1.
Yeah, okay. I think Leicester will bounce back. I think it'll be tight. I think they win. I think they win 1-0. I think they win 1-0. Yeah, I think it'll be tight. I do see what you're saying about Brighton. You know, Potter's got them playing good. I just see because Leicester were good against Man City. I don't think they were bad. Harvey Barnes had a chance. Vardy just offside. Probably should have held his run a little bit, but causing problems. And then obviously
you said to yourself earlier, you know, when you play against some top teams and you raise the game, it's, you know what I mean, like Newcastle against you lot would have obviously Ronaldo's debut. Do you know what I mean? They would have raised their game. Leicester playing against Man City would have raised their game. Can they then come back to earth against Brighton?
I think they can. I think they can raise it. I think after the disappointment of losing in that manner, that goal that they scored as well, they conceded, should I say, was crap. Like such a shit goal to concede. I just have a feeling that Brendan Rodgers will get a reaction out of them and they'll put in a performance against Brighton. So I'm gonna go 1-0. Not by much though, because you're right. I do think it'll be a tight game. I'm gonna go 1-0. I think we have covered all of the games, bro. Wolves, Brentford, Burnley, Arsenal, Liverpool, Palace, Brighton, Leicester, Tottenham, Chelsea, West Ham United, Man United, Villa, Everton, Man City, Southampton, Norwich, Watford, and Newcastle against Leeds. So come to the end of the show. Big up for coming through, Darren. That's your Premier League predictions. I'm going to message you, obviously, at the end of the week to see. I'm going to go back and see who was right, who was wrong. Now, I mean, I'm pretty sure you would have got a lot of them wrong. You know what I mean? I just know. But what you got coming up, man? You got a busy week. What you got? Where can we see you next, man? You're everywhere.
Yeah, see, I'm heading to Premier League. Unfortunately, obviously, people in this country can't watch PLP. Yeah. Then I've got soccer special tomorrow. Wednesday, TalkSport. Thursday, TalkSport. Friday, TalkSport. Saturday, Villa, Everton, Sky Sports.
Oh, you're doing that game, yeah? All right, cool. Make sure. I'm gonna do. If you annoy me in that week, yeah, I'll make sure your phone's on silent when you're live, because I'll do that thing what KG just done to me. I'll just ring you when you're live.
Hey, listen, I'm professional, so my phone's always on silent.
100%. And someone in the chat said next time Pogba does well and you're with Graham Souness, just to say, yo, look how good Pogba's doing, you know.
Honestly, it's funny. I went with Graham last Saturday on that Villa Chelsea game, and I was going to bring up about Pogba. I said, you know what? Nah, probably not the best time to do that.
Do it. No, next time you're with him, do it. We want to hear, man. Ask him. Yeah. Man. Let's know what he has to say.
If I'm working with him next week, I'll ask him.
Yeah, ask him, because another thing is as well. But just finish off. Pogba's 5 assists and 7 assists in 5 games like that. He's on smoke right now. You know what I mean?
He is, yeah.
So he's there on stage dancing with Burna Boy, mate, chilling. You know what I mean? But yo, Darren, big up. It's always fun. Guys, smash a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. And I will be back this evening because we've got to do a preview for the game against Young Boys in Switzerland tomorrow night. So catch that tonight. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Peace.